Now let's look at how to solve combined inequalities. Solve the inequality -5 less than 3x minus 2 less than 1 and graph the solution set. The way I solve combined inequality is I treat the combined inequality to 3 segments. Okay, this one I call the middle. This is called the left hand side. This is the right hand side. And the way I solve it is I perform exactly the same task on all the 3 sides and apply the property of solving inequalities. Okay, for example, our goal is trying to solving for x, right, which should stay in the middle of the combined inequalities. So first I will need to clear this constant term -2. So I add a 2 on all the 3 sides of combined inequality. I'm sorry, here 2. Okay, add a 2 on all the 3 sides. So you have to perform exactly the same task on all the 3 sides, okay, instead of the 2 sides, which is a single inequality. All right, so now let's see. The middle, plus 2 minus 2 cancel, so we only have 3x. And then left hand side, -5 plus 2, we got a -3. Right hand side, 1 plus 2, we got a 3. And then addition principle, right? Addition property of inequality is stated, the symbol should stay the same, right? So keep the same direction. So that is the first step. We applied addition property of inequality. And then in the middle, we see the variable term x still have a coefficient 3, so we need to cancel the coefficient 3. So next step, all the 3 sides divided by +3. Okay, so second step, divided by a positive number. And then simplify. 3 cancel, so we have an x. And then left hand side cancel, that's -1. Right hand side 3 over 3, +1. So now we need to decide the symbol should stay the same or need to flip the direction. So all the 3 sides divided by positive number, so symbol should stay the same. Okay, that's how I got the solution, which is still a combined inequality. And then graph. On the number line, first we need to locate the boundaries, right? 1, 2, to -2. Okay, -1, -2. So -1, no equal sign, parentheses, +1, no equal sign, parentheses. And then we need to shade it any line segment between these 2 parentheses. So that's our solution set. The book does a little differently. It separates a combined inequality by 2 single inequalities. Okay, so that's how the book does. And then solve individual inequality and then put it together. That is fine if you like the book way to do it. Just a little more complicated. I think, you solve the combined, deal with all the 3 sides at the same time will be easier. But that's just my opinion. Okay, it's up to you. If you like the book way, you follow the book way to solve. If you like my way, and then you can just do as the previous slides, I show you the steps. Okay, but they, both methods reach the same solution. Okay. All right, and the next one, using reciprocal property solving the inequality. So we have 4x minus 1 in the parentheses raised to -1 power. So you need to know negative exponents actually means reciprocal. So if you remove the -1, okay, from exponents, you should write as 1 over 4x minus 1. Okay, that's what a negative exponents means. That's just 1 over 4x minus 1. And then reciprocal property tells us flip numerator denominator doesn't change the symbol, right? So 4x minus 1 greater than 0, we can just come directly to here. And then solving regular inequality, add a 1 on both sides. So we got a 4x, right hand side is 1. Addition property does not change the symbol. And then both sides divided by 4. Right, I put in here. So we got left hand side x, right hand side 1/4. Divided both sides by a positive number. Symbol stay the same. And then graph. If here's a 1, here's a 1/2. Here's a 0, 1/2, 1, and then 1/4 should be in the middle between 0 and 1/2, right? This is 1/4 greater than, so it should not include the boundary, and then anything on right hand side of 1/4. This is 1/4, right? So shaded anything on right hand side of this parenthesis, and an arrow pointing to positive infinity. That is the solution set. Okay, the shaded area is the solution set. All right, and the last one, let's look at a physics problem, which is a word problem, which is apply the combined inequality, utilize combined inequality. It's about Ohm's law. It says Ohm's law states that E equals I times R, where E is the voltage, and I is the current, R is the resistance. An air conditioning unit is rated as a resistance of 10 ohms. Okay, so R equals 10 ohms. If the voltage varies from 110 to 120 inclusive, so what that means to you, voltage varies from 110 to 120 voltage inclusive, and the question is, what corresponding range of current will the air conditioner draw? So from this sentence, we should be able to translate into inequality. Okay, the one I draw the red line. Voltage, that's the V, vary from 110 to 120 inclusive. This sentence we can translate into a mathematical expression, which is inequality and a combined inequality. Think about, does that make sense to you? Right? Voltage varies from 110 to 120. So that means the lower boundary is 110, upper boundary is 120. Inclusive means the voltage can be equals both boundary numbers. And then it's given the voltage, right, which is the E. I should write an E here instead of V. I'm sorry. I should write E here. So let me just redo. E should vary from 110 to 120. And then what E equals? E equals IR, right? Current times resistance. So I can just replace, since E is equivalent to current times resistance. So I can write into this, right? That's the updated combined inequality. Now we know R is given equals 10 ohms. So we can update the R value, okay? So that's 10 times I. I is represent the current, should be between 110 and 120 inclusive. So now can we solve for the I, which is current? Right? That's what the question asks us to solve. So variable term is 10I in the middle of combined inequality. So all we need to do is all the three sides divided by 10, right? All the three sides divided by 10. So middle, we only have a current left. And the left-hand side, 110 divided by 10, we got 11. Right-hand side, 120 divided by 10, we got 12. And then inequality divided by positive number, the symbols stay the same. So that's how we solve this combined inequality. And then we can answer the question, right? The corresponding range of current will be 11 ampere to 12 ampere. Okay, the current unit should be amperes, right? So that's how we utilize combined inequality, solve a physics problem. And I think that's the last slide of 1.5.